There we go. We got mic audio. And then media player for live stream. Why does my audio look jacked? Let's open it up in YouTube. All right. That sounds pretty good. Looks good. Oh boy, that's loud. I wonder if that'll play. If you guys will hear that. Now we're gonna go over to here. Let's see what media player. It's not even showing that. Oh. Hey, we got a viewer. Welcome aboard. I'm trying to see how my audio is for the music in the background, but it doesn't appear to be showing it at all. Media. Oh, there it is. I'm gonna set the background music to there. Let me know if I need to turn it down, please. And then I'm gonna turn it down here. Oh, that's really... God, I want to hear the music though. How can I do this and hear my own music? Let's see what the people say. Let's see what the people say. We got one person watching. I'm curious to know how the background music is. And I believe my voice to be good, but the background music would be awesome. And if there's any wizards out there, how can I see my chat in YouTube Studio on OBS? Let's see. Window. Boy, oh boy, this is... Oh, that was probably really loud. Sorry, everyone. I'm really... Oh, that was probably loud, too. Oh, okay, I got an idea. Here we go. We got 2 people watching. Awesome. Welcome. There we go. That should work. I'm hoping. Let me know if you get any feedback in the background. And we are going to link this in the description here. this. Not loud here either. All right. Oh, hey, hello, Jeff. American Uncensored. Welcome. Not loud. That's good. I'm guessing as long as you can hear a little music in the background, that's kind of all I'm trying to go for. I'm so new to this. I'm really struggling, or at least I think I am. But I really appreciate y'all being here. And we'll get to look at more than just that bike here in a little bit, but I did want to share this in the chat. I don't know if I can do that or not. And yes, it works. So cool. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that. I don't know exactly what all music I have selected. I just kind of highlighted a folder, clicked play through Windows Media Player. And then in OBS, you have to open a source. So I opened a source for Media Player for live stream, and then I can control the audio. It's pretty jacked up at the moment. Says my, is that my voice? I'm going to talk. Audio input. That's me. Okay. Okay, there's Media Player. That's turned down a bit. Mic. Boy, I need a soundboard person here. We need someone running this soundboard. And I need Moto Bum in here. And old Mac helping me out with this. And Frogzilla. Hey, good to see you, Froggy. Good to see you. Hope you've been good. Missed ya, I think, on a couple morning chats here, but it's hard to keep track of everyone and what everybody's up to. But man, I love your. Did Motobum do your logo? I was gonna ask that on one of his live streams, but Froggy, I was curious, or is that your artwork since you've had that nickname since you were 12? My neighbor Rob was down the other night, and oh, I don't know how we got off. You know how the rabbit holes just open up everywhere when you're around that certain person, and before we knew it, we were on eBay. And oh, cool. Your wife's niece drew it up for you. Great. She did a wonderful job. I think it's a really rad logo. I love it how the frog's on the leaf and it's 420 somewhere and he's got his tongue wrapped around the bud. I just love that. That's awesome. So anyway, what was it? Oh, so Rob was down and we were looking at bikes on eBay and came across the CR250 through a YouTube video that I watched, Kaplan Cycle. I'm probably mispronouncing the name of it. I'm going to look it up here real quick just to Kaplan America. He's in Connecticut, I believe. Gets crazy bikes. Yeah, Kaplan America. Dude's been grinding on YouTube for over a decade and puts the work in and gets it done. But they're the ones that have this bike up for auction. And I'm pretty sure I can link anyone's video, and yeah, I'm just gonna link it here. So if anybody's interested after this, check it out. Nuts. It's just unfathomable. I remember as a kid, my dad had a Kawasaki. Well, we had a Kawasaki dealership. I'm going to get on camera here for just a second. say hello to everybody so they can see a human face. And there's a Cowie dealership in the town I grew up in, and I was just a little guy. Whoa, that's pretty close. I got glasses. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining me. Maybe over here, I'm going to just stand here for a minute. There's a delay. I don't have this hooked up to the OBS. Oh, there's an echo. Hello? Hello? Oh, geez, there I am. It's like a 6-second delay. So the dealership said, hey, Steve, my dad, we still have a couple of those Cowie triples in crates. You should buy one up. And I don't know what year they stopped making the triples, but they would have been the later model 750, 500s, maybe a 400 in there. Who knows? Maybe they had a 350 because they did make those. And my dad with 2 kids, job, house in town, it's just to buy 2 crated up triples wasn't worth it. He was always after the farm finds and the farmers that bought them, scared themselves silly, parked them in the shed, and he would always go and scoop those up, restore them, fix them up for dirt cheap. But could you imagine a Cowie 750 triple in the crate? Would just blow me away. I'm just going to check the chat out here. And nothing new has changed since I started babbling, so that's cool. Let me know, please, on the audio and my voice if I'm talking too loud. I've got the worst microphone in the world. I've thought about using like a handheld one, but I clipped it onto my glasses here, thinking it might be a good spot for picking up the audio. And as well as the music, I'm really trying to make this a pleasurable experience for everyone out there listening, since all they're really seeing is at the time, probably brand new. I bet you that bike was $1,200. There's a couple of these on that auction site for pretty stupid money. Thank you, Frog. Appreciate it. Sounds good. I'm just gonna quit worrying about that. I imagine someone will say in the chat if it's not. The sad thing about the CR, in the video that I pinned here in the chat, I want to say that he mentioned that Whistling Diesel's been eyeing it up, or there's been word that Whistling Diesel might buy it. And I don't know. I have really mixed feelings about that stuff, because I had like 7 Kawasaki triples here at one time, and if I had them right now, I could pretty closely set myself up for a long time. But I sold them all on pennies on the dollar for road racing money like a crackhead. And you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. And I figured at the time that I was gonna make it. I was gonna, this was good money spent to forward the race program. And anybody out there listening, I've got not a whole lot of advice. I'll be 45 here in a month, so I'm not full of much wisdom. That's why I've been hanging around with Motobum and those guys. You get your wisdom and all your knowledge over there, because that comes with experience and time. But I will say, if you want to make $1 million racing motorcycles, start with 2. And you're probably going to end up with less than $1 mil. So, and after that, you'll realize, wow. Isn't that the truth, Jeff? I just try to tell myself at the end of the day, it's just a motorcycle. You and me and Frog and American Uncensored and every human being that's a good person on this planet is what matters. All this is just stuff. And at the end of the day, we all give our time for money in a sense. And, if you value that and you want to spend $100 grand on an unrideable dirt bike, even at the time, only a few human beings on this planet have ever been able to ride a C of any 500 to any capacity. So all those big bore bikes are just insane, and you have to have a limitless amount of talent to ride those to their abilities, I guess. Anybody can just jump on it and have a blast, though. Don't get me wrong. I've ridden plenty of big bore single two strokes, and when we'll ride many more here in the near future. Rob's got a whole shed full of air cooled big bore two strokes, and yeah, they are what they are. They are what they are, and I'll just leave it at that. So yeah, man, the bikes, the regret, but I try to not dwell on the past and look towards the future, and I get to work on a lot of these. I had a Cowie 500 in a couple of years ago, and we did crank seals on it and a whole top end, and I took my son to Cars and Coffee about 20 minutes away. Oh, it was fun, and it was so cool to listen to the pipes and to think that now I'm the dad and my son has his arms wrapped around me, and we're listening to those Bassani expansion chambers sing a sound, and the little power band come on, and the front tire lift up just a little bit because it's a 500 and it's not gonna swat you like a fly, but yet just an unrideable, really poor experience all around. Vibrations, poor braking, ill handling. You stink like a weed whacker every time you get off of it, but the nostalgia and the memories is what that brings back. And I don't know, to have it in front of me, I don't need that. I guess it'd be awesome though. Holy cow, to have a crated two-stroke triple, or any bike brand new in the crate. But we've got this one, and this one is pretty much close to not new, but good and used. The clutch cable is just like, the more I dig into this bike, the newer it looks. The chrome on this dongle, whatever you call the end of, it's just nuts how clean everything is really cleaning up. And if the green one had 1,100 miles on the odometer, this one really isn't far behind it. It just can't be, because the way the cylinder looked, just the way everything looks, it's too clean to not have. I shouldn't say it's too clean. I mean, let's look at the thing. It's got a rodent hole on the other side of the seat, which is good though, because I plan on doing some trials riding right off the bat. And this low, look at that seat. That's perfect for trials. I mean, did it just spit out dust like a spore? Oh yeah, a little bit right there. So anyway, on the clutch cable, I found this funnel. It fit really well over the end. I'm kind of a fan of cable lubers, but I just shove that on there and let it sit for it's like brand new. Plus it's a 125, so it's not going to have a ton of clutch anyway. So we're good to go on the cable. And then our side cover here, look at how nice that cleaned up. I just smudged. I've got some special grease in there. And then I took out the cam, cleaned all that out. However, our nut, it's locked, like it's really rusted in. It's probably just going to be fine. I'll be able to adjust whatever play I have out of the lever, depending on, it's going to be fine. It's got 1,000 miles on it, and whoever wrote it must have diffed it and messed up the gauge cluster, I guess, and parked it. The tires on the green one though do look a little newer than these, so if anything, this one has just a wee bit more miles than the other one. But regardless, we've got our clutch ready to go here. And while I was looking for some grease to use in there, I came across some of this oh boy, that's really bright, Brembo It's not like anti-seize, but it is. Probably will work really good. So, and if, excuse me, if not, it had nothing before, so that's better than nothing. It does. Thank you for, it's an excellent way to oil your cable. It worked out really good. I put a cup underneath of it when I came out in the morning. All the oil from the funnel had dispersed throughout the cable, and it's going to be real happy. I was thinking the clutch plates might, if they are stuck, it's a, again, this is a 125. They're going to unstick really soon. The front sprocket looks good. Before I put this cover on here, I do want to lube the chain up some. Rob said that he sprayed it. It's pretty tight, but I assume that once it gets rolling and we get some oil around it, it'll stretch a bit. And we'll adjust the rear suspension a little bit too, maybe. I notice it's on its bottom cam. We'll add some spring pressure for what I plan on doing to it. Just some light trials and enduro riding around the yard. I'm really interested to see, because I've never rode a low horsepower drum brake. I'm interested to see if my riding abilities will allow this bike to do maybe a little bit more than what the norm would be. But we are not going to be doing no-handers through the air or knack-knacks. No rear seat grabs through the air. Heel clickers, not going to be able to do a heel clicker. The only heels I'm clicking are when I take my shoes off, I guess. Hey, Go Fast, what's going on? Welcome aboard. We are just listening to me ramble. I got rid of that Harley today, that 1983 Iron Head, I believe. The customer bought tires. They paid for the labor to adjust the front wheel bearing and the push rod adjustment, and then we went through the carb. I charged some labor for that, obviously. Interested if anybody has like a, I've gotten some good air on these, but definitely not one for doing tricks while out in the air. Yeah, that's, yeah, I definitely could see, especially with a good landing. I mean, these things will sail. How much does it weigh? Do you know the exact weight? I think they will. Thank you, Go Fast. My trials and enduro skills might pay off. They will. Jeff, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. Welcome aboard. Let's see here if Americans on in here. I'm gonna. There. There we go. So I just American Uncensored and Jeff. Welcome to the family here. You got the mod. That way you can go check out other people's channels that join in. I noticed that I'm a huge, I don't know if it's huge, but I'm a big fan of listening to mixed martial arts talk. That's basically what it is. I don't watch the fights ever. I don't honestly find that over appealing, but hey, anyway, I've been a moderator in a few of those chats, and it's really cool to grow not only your channel, but then you can go and see what other people are up to as well. because it gives you the ability to look at whoever's in the chat if they have a channel. Um, so I find it beneficial. 218 to 234. Okay, cool. I can pull up the weight. Thank you. So 218, yeah, that's light. And what are we dealing with for horsepower on this puppy? I'm going to guess around 12. It does have the end of the pipe taken out. Other than that, she's going to, she's stock, man. So I'm guessing it's going to be around 12 horsepower. That's my number. Unfortunately, I don't have a dyno. I was really close to getting a dyno at one point, but with a dyno comes a lot of other issues. But at the same time, so does this. I mean, everything's issues, isn't it? Is what you enjoyed the most. We're going to pull this little, our clutch engagement rod, clean the end of that off. I'm going to try something here. Orgals sold plenty of bikes to ladies. Those ironwood choppers were cheap to pick up from junkers and chop and paint, grind on, sell for decent money to the guys that can't build a chopper. Yeah, I bet. There's another dude, Go Fast, that hangs out with America Uncensored and the Motobump crew called Salty Badger, and he's got quite a bit of chopper builds and seems to be, in that genre as well as others as well, like we all are. But yeah, the chopper thing is so. Here I am talking like I'm older than you. You gotta pull everything apart and clean it. I did. You missed it earlier. I've got this cover all. We've gone through this and lubed our cam up really good. I put some schmutz in there. I know I don't like to see that extra. That drives me nuts. We'll clean it up good. And yeah, we got that all going. I'll put my spring back on there, but I cleaned all that out nice. Yeah, I mean, that looks like almost brand new again. A little bit of corrosion there on the bottom, but that was probably from burn blasting and doing crazy stuff back in the day. Back in 75 before this puppy got parked. Before it got parked, I was going to switch my camera. I put a camera way up in the sky in the shop here, so I'm going to do that once just to see what it looks like on the YouTubes. Yeah, well, everything, we took the top end, we got the head off, we cleaned that good. The rings looked really good. Oh, everything. I mean, we're going to do, honestly, Go Fast, I'm going to do as minimally as, like, I'm lubing the cables and the chain and the tires. If they have 4 to 6 psi, that's it. It's going to be full send. I'll check the injector oil in the tank, but if it's full, I'm still going to run it with whatever was in there. And then I'm going to get onto the green one. But yeah, we just want to get it running and riding and ride it around the yard a little bit, and then do that to the next one, and then the next one. So after like 15 of these, maybe we'll have got enough. I don't want to say revenue, but my goal is to eventually restore them all. Because this is just the tip of the iceberg. I really wish I could have more time, because if I had more time, I could film more, and if I could film more, I could show more. Because Rob, if you're one of the 8 viewers watching, you know the iceberg we're sitting on. You know, he's the I don't know, the Titanic. He's not the Titanic, because it's not. He doesn't have that many bikes, but for a dude to have a neighbor that has a motorcycle collection like he does, and to share interest like me in motorcycles, it's awesome. And I told him, man, if we could work it out to where something works out, it'd be cool to get some of these old bikes you got in better condition, like this one, in better condition. Oh, yes, it does. The corrosion will find ways to cause big problems. You know, we did have it running. We have about I'd say 20 minutes, 15 minutes of run time on the bench on this, and the points, all that in there. I just don't know how much more. Like, I don't know if I start messing with it. I think it's gonna. Yeah. Oh, sorry about the lighting. My gosh. See, if I had a camera tech, yeah, it looks awful. But it also looks like if I touch it, it just might get worse. So I'm just gonna ride it. Ride it like I stole it, because I technically did. I mean, I didn't pay for it. I didn't ask permission to take it. He suggested it one day, but then when he was gone, I just took it. So I mean, I think that's fair. If someone suggests that you take a bike from them and see if you can get it running and make a video, and then you do it, it's not stealing. I'm gonna give it back. I might not, though. If it's just gonna sit outside, then I'll just let it sit in my shop. I mean, I have his 90 over there I need to put a tube in. My son has his 80 that we're borrowing. So I've got the raddest neighbor in the world. I really do. And some of the stories, I want to have them on a live stream, because I was gonna say something in motos. This morning, they were talking about, I don't remember what it was, but just how crazy people are out on the road. And Rob used to drive train. You don't drive a train. He was a conductor, or worked on was a conductor. He drove a train, and I don't know what the heck you call it. And so anyway, he would ride home at all these weird hours of the night, and oh, it's a great story of some kids that were messing with him, but he was on his sidecar. And so if you're on a sidecar, not a trike. Oh, there we go. Look at that. If you're on a sidecar, you have more support, especially if you lean or put the bike up against the car. Yeah, so we'll let Rob tell that story live sometime. There we go. That's pretty cool. Whoa, just knocked that one. Didn't see that. All right, I'm going to lube our clutch deal. Put that back in. And I'm probably going to, I lose track of time. I need to run up to the house and make sure Junior's asleep, because maybe Junior's one of the ones watching. So I just dunked this in motor oil. The lighting's really, I'm really struggling with lighting. We're just gonna gently put that back in there. I'm gonna switch the camera again. It's fun. Oh, there I am. Boy, what a delay. Look at that. I look horrible on camera. Who cares, right? Let's just have fun. Who cares? Let me know too about the music, because it's all mine. No, I'm sorry. It's not all mine. The majority of the music you're hearing tonight is mine. Through the AI Suno stuff, which I was playing with before I met Motobum, an old Mac, who his, some old Mac songs. I'm just gonna be honest. I just straight up can't listen to because they're too. I can't. They get to my heartstrings, and I'll just leave it at that. I'll just leave it at that. So, I only drove a Ural, Jeff. Right on. I couldn't make it go straight. They're horrible. They're awful. I drove one too. I did a tune up, but the carbs were awful on this one, and it was a newer one, but it sat for a few years. And I ran into him at the store, Mark, if you're listening, you're one of the 9 viewers. Let's get that Ural in here so we can do a video on it and get your carbs tuned up again. But yeah, I drove that. What a cool bike though, with the third wheel, I guess. Um, being driven, cool. I'm gonna read back through here. Missed a few chats here. Go fast. If I miss a couple, sorry. You said the clutch plates might be stuck. That's gonna be easy. Take the clutch cover off, pull the plates apart. Yes. Um, I don't think they will, but it might. Run what's got on it. No need to get. Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna. Yep. Just plenty of moving parts. We got that. Evapo rust. Good stuff. The tank too, the inside of the tank looks amazing. So I've been soaking the petcock in WD-40 a little bit, just a couple squirts. I think the petcocks, I think we're just going to be able to put the gas tank on, clean it out good, put a gallon in there, whatever, wash it out good, and then put it back on and send it. Depending on, maybe it looks good because it leaks and all the gas leaked out. Who knows? But it looks really good. Sidecars are fun with a passenger. Put them. Yes. Well, my neighbor Rob is racing sidecars in Arma this year, so he's already done one or two. I think in North. He was just in the Carolinas a couple weeks ago. Through Arma, AHRMA, vintage racing series, and he raced a sidecar with a dude, first time ever, and he said it was awesome. And that's nuts. Nope, like Jeff, I'll drive one and like I'll ride with you in the sidecar, like just down the country road and stuff. But yeah, we don't need to go into any cities, and definitely not take it on a racetrack. Urals are something I've fought a few times for a few guys. They can be made into something, but it takes handmade parts. Yes, I bet. Frog, old Mac music is definitely will touch your heart because it's part of his life. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Um, yeah, he's sure a hoot. He is a hoot, and man, if everybody had just a smidgen of his wisdom and candor and love for life, wouldn't the world just be a million times better? So I'll just leave it at that. Road course or dirt? Road course, road racing. Um, oh, and I can't tell you the name of the track either. I know he'll be at Blackhawk in May, and then I know he'll never be in California. So even if they did have a race in California, I don't think he would make it. Oh, he would. He would. He'd drive for 2 days straight. The guy's nuts. Rob, if you're listening, you're crazy. Yeah, he'll go to the UP. He'll leave work here, not here as in my shop, but just he works really close to here, and he'll drive all the way up to the UP to a place called Mount Bohemia and ski. And no, it's not ski. My God, he'd kill me if I said that. Snowboard. He's got old Burtons and tons of crazy cool snowboards from the 80s and 90s that he just shreds on for the whole weekend, all Sunday. Then he'll just drive all night basically, or show up at 2 a.m. Sunday night, get up, go to work on Monday like it was nothing. Honestly, I don't know what kind of bike the sidecar is. I'll text him though. It's right here. Yeah, thank you for sharing that, Frog. Anybody in here who's not subscribed to Old Mac, please do. Crystal Miller, a friend of mine through some MMA channels, was in my chat the night that we were talking about him. And then the other day I was listening to their radio show, but I wasn't on Mac's page. I was on Moto's page or Six page. And then they were talking about Crystal. And I'm like, who's this Crystal? I don't see any Crystal in the chat. So then after they wrapped up their show, I went over to Old Mac's show and Crystal was there. And we had a hoot for a couple hours. It was just a great, great time. So I texted Rob earlier to see if he wanted to go to the Zappa concert with me. Dweezil Zappa is going to be playing his dad's music. It's called Zappa Plays Zappa, and they're going to be at the Barrymore Theater in Madison, Wisconsin, which is about a half hour from here. May 1st, so like in just a couple weeks. And I'm going to go because I have not had a good time in so long, and I love Zappa's music, and Dweezil can shred like, man, Dweezil can play the guitar. So I texted Rob to see if he and his girlfriend would like to go, and I haven't heard a response. Although I did hear him come home on he's got a KTM 950 Adventure B twin, and it's impossible to not hear him come home. And I don't know if I heard him leave. Here, I'll text him quick. What are you doing? Question mark. What kind of bike do you race? The sidecar? Question mark. There we go. I'll just send that. Sorry, I use voice text there. Yeah, it should be rad. I've gone to two Zappa Play Zappas. One I think was in Illinois, Des Plaines maybe, and then I've been to I want to say it was the Barrymore as well, but this was all probably almost 8 years ago. And then there was the vid happened, and then I think there was a little bit of a fallout between him and Ahmet and copyright issues and money and playing dad's music and profiting. And I might be making all that up. I haven't dug into it. But I know I named my son Ahmet, so because Dweezil wouldn't fly. And I guess if he was a girl, Moon and Diva wouldn't have worked out. So Ahmet really fits him. Plus, there's an Emmett in school, so there's Emmit and then Ahmet. So Ahmet, and it's not like Ahmed or some not we're from my grandparents are from Switzerland, so when he was born, there was an elderly couple at the hospital, and they walked up and they said, "Oh, so cute. What's your son's name?" And I said, "Ahmet." And they go, "Oh, so cute. What's his name?" and I must have just said Matt or something, and I'm like, "Oh boy, here we go." But no, it's been fun, and actually got a signed autographed picture from Dweezil at the last concert. And I said, "Could you make this out to my son and Ahmet?" And he goes, "How do you spell it?" And I said, "Just like your brother." And he started laughing. So that was cool. My family was close with the Zappa family and plenty of his musicians over the years. Nice. Nice. Yeah, you're in Cali. So in the I just lost it. Hills. I was gonna say Hills. Even lived together at one point. Nice. Yeah, the vault. The vault is in Mendocino, maybe. I don't. Where does the vault at? Because I know the vault is quite the place, or it's at his house. Oh, it's a movie as well. I wonder what the movie's about. I'm not gonna read it right now, but it's a storage department where Frank Zappa collected all his taped recordings, records, discs, films, audio tapes, and other materials. He was known for recording every performance and concert ever made, sometimes just to edit everything down later. Today, it's mostly used as an archive. Beneath the house is the vault, a climate-controlled basement room stacked with shelf after shelf of audio tapes, in addition to studio recordings. They don't say how big it is, but I've seen, yeah, the pictures and stuff are just insane. Oh, Joe Travers is the Vault Meister. So if you want to get in the vault, you got to go see Joe Travers. The Synclavier, that would be cool. Oh, man. I would love a tour of the vault. Anyway, I'm doing a live stream about a motorcycle. Anyone who wants my stickers can go to my channel and look in the about for my email. Send me an address and I'll send you one or two. Dude, that is so cool. I'm going to definitely do that. Jeff Ferguson, I cannot say I have heard Zappa. Not say. That's cool. Yeah, check out Frank Zappa if you're into music at all. If you're not, I'm not really. I can't play any musical instrument, but I get bored with regular music. So uh, Frank is out there and very talented in all departments is all I can really say. So hey, Moto Alley, welcome. Frogzilla has stickers. He's got some really cool stickers, and if you want them or want him to send you some, just shoot him a email. It's in his about section on his channel. Frog, link your channel there. Go ahead and drop it in there. What I do on guitar has very little to do with what other people do on guitar. Frank Zappa. Oh yes, the quotes. We could fill the chat all night with that. Again, welcome, Moto Alley. You're just watching a bike sit on a lift while I sit on a chair off screen and chat at the moment. I'm going to get over there. We're going to put the side cover on, clutch cable on here in just a second. Moto Alley has their own channel. Very cool. Just checking it out right now quick. Very cool. Make some videos here. Canada, awesome. Angel Face, did Angel send you this way maybe, or through Motobum's channel? Curious how you found. Oh, there she is. Look at that. Hello, Angel. Welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you. Wow, we've got 11 in here at 11 o'clock on a Wednesday night. I'm browsing on break, finding more smaller channels like mine. Rock on. I get distracted here. Sorry about that. There we go. Cool. There, now you can check out everybody else. It's a lot easier that way. I'm all about growing, and yeah, Angel is like the angel of networking, and she just sprinkles little nuggets of joy all around the YouTube moto community. And thank you again, Angel, for introducing me to Motobum and Moto Alley. I'm not here. Or Angel, if you or any Froggy America Uncensored, anybody could link Moto's channel, Motobum, or Mac, any of them. That way, Moto Alley can bookmark it, pin it, whatever he's got to do to check them out, because such a cool morning show. I can't put my finger on what I really enjoy about it, but I find a lot of value, and it's entertaining, and it's a great way to start the day. I'm really glad they do it. Hopefully I can join them one of these days too. That would be awesome. So I'm back here at the bike. We are gonna, the lighting is just horrific. I've got such good lighting too, but to get it to look good on camera is such a feat. And I don't want to spend money on something I already have. I just want to improve it. I have so much track lighting. I thought about putting some track lights up above this area here where I work. Yeah, throw those links in there. Rock on. Share it up. Again, Angel, I can't thank you enough. I have my glasses on. I don't want my mic is there, but thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for sharing that whole group, and everybody else too. There's only so much time in the day, and we all have our lives to do stuff, and we all find value in different things as well. Different people present things differently, and we're all different. So I just love that, and a lot of really good stuff comes from that channel. We're gonna just take this adjuster out. I am blown away. I thought I was gonna have to get the torch out and heat this thing up, and it was just gonna be a big mess of garbage, but it actually, it looks horrible, but yeah, it moves nice. So I'm just gonna put a little dab of grease in there, keep it from, that way when I get out on the trail and I can adjust it to my, to my abilities. There we go. That's pretty good there. There, now the light's coming around. I turned on my, I don't know what you call them, vapor lights or whatever, big lights that get really bright. And I'm not a fan of the, well, I guess I'm not a fan of LED because I can't afford any of it, but like you see some of the big channels and they've got those diamond lights in the sky in their shop, and it's like, holy cow, I just don't like the light that it produces. It looks good, beautiful that way, but the actual light that it produces isn't what I want. I can't find the grease either. Oh, and if there's anybody, I know this is really random, but anybody with a ZX or a Kawasaki 636 that has a need or want for a motor or parts, I found a really good motor the other day. Well, I say the other day, but it was probably months ago at the junkyard, and it's like brand new on the inside. I think they might have set the timing wrong and bent a few valves. So I want to do a video on that soon too, as I know those engines are pretty bulletproof, but at the same time sought after to a certain degree. Let's screw that little adjuster back in there. I want to ride this tomorrow is my goal. Clean up a couple trails, and Rob's got a GoPro, a Hero 3 Black, I believe is what it is. I was gonna take this nut and the bolt out and lube up in here, but it moves so nice the way it is. We're just gonna give it a little spritz of grease right here. That just kind of plopped out, and we'll just, there we go. Oh yeah, it loves that. Oh, look at the powder. See the dust? Can you see the dust fly out of there? There we go. Awesome. This thing's gonna be ready for Erzberg. Bring it on. It would just eat up those rock gardens. I'm joking, obviously. Okay. Nice. And then this went down through here. I want to route it just the way it was. There was one of these on eBay for parts for like $600. And a decently restored one. It didn't go down through there. It couldn't have. They're just insane. Actually, I'm sorry. Those were the newer ones with reed valve pistons, not just piston port. They had the reed valves in there. So I think it was a 75. I'm going to check out the chat here. Oh boy, I'm behind. Angel Face. Where are we here? If someone told me you were live, I would have been here sooner. Oh, you're fine. I just sporadically went live. I'm trying to do just I don't know, get better at it. Yes, Jeff, that's awesome. And Moto Alley is a Canadian as well. That's so cool. Oh yeah, I should check out. I checked out your channel, Moto Alley, but I don't think I subscribed there. And then I'm gonna bookmark it too, so I can go check out a couple videos. I'm gonna watch the copyrighted one after this. We'll check it out. And there. Get back to the chat. How about that CR500? Heading out. Chat later, everyone. Have a good night, Moto Alley. Good to see you here. Thanks for stopping by. Who here has something they have been wanting pinstriped? Decent. Love the pinstriping. Angel. Nonsense, Carrie. I am just me. Thank everyone who is now here from Moto B streams. I see a lot of great usernames here tonight. Right, yes. Yes, there are. Yes, there are. Moto stream should have like 3.5 billion subscribers, and old Mac should be blowing Mr. Beast out of the water, because yeah, that's where you're real. That's where you get real. Big lights that get really bright was my nickname in college. I will come check out your channel after this stream at Moto Alley. Go fast. You're too far away, or I'd put it in a little red wagon with a bar stool on top. I once owned a 2017 ZX6. Oh, nasty. So they did. How long did they make the 636s for? Is what because this one I think is out of like an '04, maybe like the first year. I thought they only made them for a few years, but maybe that's here in the States, and you get a lot of cooler things up that way. So I know a friend of mine got an RZ500 from Canada back in the day, and that was a blast. Oh my gosh, a V4 two-stroke. Hello. I found the 636 for a great deal and bought 50/50 with my friend. I only bought it to be able to claim that I once owned half a Super Sport. Nice. Nice. Did you ride it? Did you get to ride it? That's what I hope you got to ride it. They do. Okay. Very cool. And is it still an inline four? Because I know a lot of they go to the twins or a triple or weird things, but if it's still an inline four, that's wicked. I want a ZX400. I want that inline four, or a CBR 250. Honestly, that would be probably my dream bike right now. If you said if I could have any bike in the world, I just want a CBR 250R to just go redline in a school zone in first gear and not go over 15. I was too scared to ride it. Yeah, they're wicked. They're wicked. There's a stunter on YouTube the algorithms have pushed towards me, and he is just, he'll ride around Chicago in a full-blown wheelie, all like right up to the stoplight, and then just set it down like it's nothing. I don't know how they do that. It is awesome. Interesting. I need to do a little research and brush up on that stuff. All right, we got our clutch cable in there. We're gonna put the camera over here. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah, the shop, I got a lot going on right now and need to, let's back it up a little bit there. We're gonna cover this up. And we need to hook our little spring on here. Probably have to do that after the cable, but I'm gonna do it right now and then I'll have to undo it. We'll put our cable on through here. That moves nice. And there should be an insert that goes on here that'll fit into there. And that should be right here. There it is. So, put our little cable insert on. I usually have my gloves on. My hands are really, I did a water pump on a Toyota 3.5. Yep. That's why we don't talk and work at the same time. Toyota 3.5 V6 today, and they're not hard, but they're just not fun. They're just not fun. Oh yeah, I'm gonna, yep, everybody's laughing at me, so I need my slack. There we go. Should have done that first. Go Fast is laughing at me. 600 F4i for stunts and F4 for everything else. You'd need a 600 Honda for. Nice. Superbike career was with Cowie. I can't do sport bikes anymore. Switch to dad ADV bikes. Those adventure bikes are fun. Yes, I am, Angel. Brian636. I love when he had a baby raccoon for a pet that he would take everywhere. Yeah, I saw that. I just, again, the time. I mean, I got to watch some of my MMA people too, so it's tough to get to everybody. And not watch. The majority of my consumption is listening. F4 was the last of the carbs here. I thought the F4 was the first year of the fuel injected. I had a 1998 CBR 600 F3. And I felt like a fool because in 99 the F4i came out. But oh no, you're right. It did. The F4i was right after that. The F4 did have carbs. Speaking of the 600 the 600s. Here, let me switch cameras. So I was at the junkyard the other day. That's how every good story starts, right? I was at the junkyard the other day, and we'll see if I can carry this thing over here. I was at the junkyard, and I was walking past this, like, truck, and there was this motor there. We'll see how... Ooh, she's a big girl. And so I'm like, what are you guys doing with this motor? And he's like, nothing. If you want to take it, you can take it and have it. So I did. And now I've got a 600. I think it's an F3. But I'll get the camera over here and we'll get a look at the serial number. Maybe someone out there can tell me. Here I am typing. Thank you, Angel. I can just say it. Thank you. Yeah, I thought that'd be a cool angle. An angle. So here's what was in the junkyard. It was just gonna get crushed, sitting in the back of a pickup. Just weight, more weight for them. Nobody cared. It was just gonna get smashed. Who knows? It might be completely trashed on the inside, but I did notice that was off and was sitting at a weird angle, so we'll take it off. We'll do a video on it, but here's the, I can't flip it around, but PC25E-211986. I don't know. 599. If it was a 900, I doubt I'd be able to carry it like I did. But yeah, it's all there. That, and then the, oh, the cowie's buried. I can't. I would pull it out to show you, but it's really clean on the inside. Ed Roth said, what's really going on in this country is in the junkyards. It's just amazing. I cannot go there. I can't go there. I can't. But I have to a lot of times to get a part and this or that. And it's like, it's really sad. It's like working at the recycling center. I got to work this Saturday for the first time in about 3 months, and I'm really dreading it. Really dreading it. I used to enjoy it because I'd get to talk to people in the community and get free things. But now I've got everything I want, and I don't need everything I take. And nobody else wants the stuff I take. Marketplace is a joke. And so I gotta pick my battles, and it's just the best days at the dump are when somebody passes away or somebody gets a divorce, and those are not, like, in some situations, yes, they can be celebrated, but you know, to see someone throw away all those books that I have, all of these books, just, and someone dropped off a couch the other day. I might put it in my son's room. That's why I have a couch there. But yeah, like all of these books right out of the dumpster. Same with that whole row. And the radio and that lamp and that spring. And this cute little kitten. Where are you? Here's the little kitty. We'll go over that someday too. But yeah, it's really depressing. It's really tough. I found those lights though. Someone threw this light away. Well, I just redid my workbench with flooring. Not enough to do a floor, but it was enough to do the workbench. And boy, it turned out nice. All for free. So that's cool, but yeah, so depressing. I would say I would really go with that Go Fast, the 94 CBR F2. I bet it, I would put all my eggs in that basket. But I will look it up. You laugh. I'm guessing Angel at the kitty. That's a cute little kitten. Couldn't believe that. It's from 19 I think it's dated 1928, 1931. It's almost 100 years old. And I found that in the same box as report cards from DeKalb County, Illinois, from 1921. I thought that was really cool. I thought about sending them to, I don't know, It's just sad. Who would want to see that go in the garbage? It's history. It should be shared, but will it ever be documented like that again? Who knows? Anyway, here we are. We're gonna get this cable on. I could have this bike running by now, but I like this, and I sure enjoy chatting and sharing what I'm doing here, and hopefully bringing y'all value in some form. Oh my gosh, just laugh at me. Just sit there and laugh. There's only one way it'll work usually, so if you don't, just keep trying and trying. Oh boy, that's a bad angle for my head in there. Okay. That goes like this. There. We're gonna, it gets a little tricky, but we'll get it. Gotta kind of, that there, there. Should have put the spring on last. We're gonna take the spring back off. This little spring, like I said, I always jinx myself. I said I should have left it off. Oh, it was right there. I should just go get a little needle nose and tug on it and it'll come right off. But yep, you can't see anyway, so that's what I'm gonna do. Did I tell you guys? I haven't told you. Guess who I saw driving down the road today? I saw this cool old black car, like from the 40s, maybe even the 30s. I'm gonna go with 40s. A coupe, maybe a 4-door. I was test driving a customer car, so I couldn't look really close, but it was a badass, cool car. And but not a hot rod stock. This was flathead, whatever it had in it, it still has in it. And it was my neighbor Carl. He's 95 years old. He'll be 96 on the 25th of this month. And he was out taking his 1940s car out for a spin. And I just think that is so cool. So cool. And I think our music might have stopped too. So I keep putting that insert on and then I dropped it. Oh my days. I tell you, I shouldn't be on camera doing this. But I swear it rolled under there. A little shop. Oh, it's right there by my left hand. Nice. I didn't even need to move that at all. Jeepers. Jeepers. What kind of a show are you running here? I need a camera tech, a lighting tech, sound engineer, someone to run the podcast, someone to run OBS, someone to tell me what to do because I can't remember anything. So now we have slack. We have our spring off. We're going to finally put this little bitty deal on here. Then I'm going to put the cable in. Go Fast is laughing at me. Yeah, and I think this was bent up a little bit. Or there it goes. Nope. Yeah, something. I don't like that. I'm going to show y'all what I don't like. And if I don't like it, I'm going to make it right because it bugs me. So if you look right there, you can see that that is bent. It should have a little bit more room in between those two. And I don't recall doing that on the way out or here, but we're gonna give that some gap. We're going to make a gap in there a little bit bigger. I could probably just, yep, there we go. All I needed to do is just push down on it a little bit. So now we've got a gap that'll fit in there perfect. We'll have a clutch. Angel, he's 95. Did you say yes? Yes, I want to have him on the show in the morning. I want to join Moto and old Mac and Sick. I want to join y'all, but I want to have Carl with me because he'll keep right up with old Mac in conversation. Sharp as a tack. Model A club around here that cruises 2 or 3 times in the summer. Very cool. I love the Model A's. That old stuff. Anything with a wooden rim is and again, that might not have the wooden wheels. I don't know. It might have. Either way, that old cool stuff with wood is awesome. In Canada, we have a website called Kijiji. It's like Craigslist, but we like it better. We have Craigslist too. Very cool. I would love PGG as long like something better than what is out there. Like Craigslist, I think here in the States you have to pay $5 now or a certain amount of monetary value that before you can list it. Because Facebook is just a cesspool of garbage and lowballers and I know what I've goters and oh, I dread it. I dread it. But Craigslist, you get the more serious people now. It's not so gross as it used to be, I guess. Yeah, bike deals. I'd love to look for bike deals again. I just need to get caught up and get a little cash and we'll get some. But that's the thing is I don't need to go anywhere. I could literally sit here for 10 years. If I did a bike 52 weeks in a year. I mean, I'd probably have to go to Rob's dad's house, but I could probably not leave here for if I did a bike a week or a car, I could go 3 years without leaving my property and do a video every week and it would be different. And I'm not like there's no exaggerations. Be 150 well, 52 weeks in a year. Yeah, about 150 units. And then his dad's got like 3 or 4 or 500. So literally, like if I spaced out the videos, we could just really go like, and I'd like to live a long time, but we could go for a long time, and I don't need to go anywhere. So please invite Carl to our morning coffee. Like you said, him and Mac will get along so well. I will. I don't know how he feels about the camera yet, but last Saturday when I talked to him, he said, just stop by and get me. He goes, if I'm out and about in the morning, just on a test drive, come up to the house and get me, and I'll come to your shop and check it out. So I'm gonna take him up on it. I kind of wish he would have stopped by today while he was driving that old car. That would have been cool to see. That would have been cool to see. Oh, I was supposed to go up and check on my son. Oh, that's so bad. He had a long day. He was grumpy when I left to come out here, so I imagine he is out like a light. We're going to put that there. I can't see what I'm showing. I didn't look. Okay. Now it'll just work really nice. There it goes. Perfect. Now we'll put our spring on there. Should use a needle nose right here. Oops. Oops. There we go. Get on there. You little bugger. There we go. All right. Now we've got some just as smooth as a Brembo hydraulic clutch, huh? We can let it dangle there. It's not going to go anywhere. They're not mine though, Angel. I have to preface that. I really wish they were all mine. I can't. Mr. Carl, could you always put a sticker over his? Yeah, I could. I could. Absolutely. I'll definitely do whatever I got to do to get him on because I know he's. I don't want to say bored, but he goes on the internet, but he's never been on YouTube. And I just think to anyone over the age, it doesn't matter what you're, anyone that watches mainstream television, they should just shut it off and turn on YouTube and type in their first interest in the search bar because you're going to find real people, you're going to find real communities. You can really dive into your interests and narrow them down and find the true value of what you're seeking. When I invited someone, I always remind them they do not need to be on camera. They can type or talk without being on cam. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I might seem a little camera shy here just because I got the camera pointed there, but I don't mind it at this point. I was really weird about it. You know what really uh, ticks me off the most is Jeff. We were talking about regretting bikes we sold earlier in the chat, and I don't know if he's still in here or not, but if you're not, it was great having him around. Jeff, we were talking about bikes, and so I had a KLR 650 diesel, the Haynes diesel, one of 50, one of 50 bikes in the whole world or whatever, and the DNR had me work on it. I got it done, got it going, but while it was here, my neighbor Rob was like, "Oh, that's a really cool bike." And then another guy stopped in the shop and he's like, "Oh, that's a really cool bike. Have you ever heard of YouTube? You should do a video on that." I know a guy who does YouTube videos and he's really doing pretty good. And this was like in 2010, 2000, no, 12, 13, 14. It would have been out 2012. And I'm like, no way do I don't want to be on camera. I don't want my face and my story going down on the internet forever. But then here I am 10 years later kicking myself in the butt because could you imagine, like, not that I have a lot of on-screen candor and awesome cadence and just explosive value to give you guys right now. Absolutely not. But if I would have started 13 years ago, it would be a lot. I'm just going to waddle this over here. A lot better. Um, could imagine the numbers. I mean, Bikes and Beards and a couple other guys did a video on that diesel, and it got millions of views. But it is what it is. So never too late to start. What is TBI? Not have cable? Me too. Not for a decade. My son is 12, and I specifically remember the dish guy coming by when he was like 2, yanking everything. Get it out of here. I don't want any of this stuff. It's all garbage. It's all, yeah. And then I pay YouTube, what, $20 a month or whatever for premium. I don't ever see an ad ever unless you're sponsoring it. And if you're sponsoring it, Angel, I want to watch. I want to hear about the product you are, they're paying you, they're giving you the product to test, whatever. I don't care what you have worked out, but if you find value in it, then I'm going to watch it. So an in video ad like that, I don't mind. Thank you, Frog. I appreciate that. I really do. Yeah, thank you. I try to have a little twist and put my own thing on it when we do a video, and the editing is really tough, but I love it. It's a challenge, and I think long term it might work out. I'm young enough yet that I feel if I do this for another 10, 15, 20 years, I might be able to build something and provide others with value. Whether it's the diesel, yep, the Haynes. I should pull up some pictures and do some screen sharing. Yeah, diesel, it was horrible. It was just an awful motorcycle. Um I'm not a fan of the KLR. The KLR is amazing. I should not say that. Oh my gosh, everybody's gonna. Nope, I love the KLR. I love the KLR. But if I was gonna, I don't know. Maybe it's because I don't know how to term it. I don't know how to word it without sounding arrogant or something. But the KLR takes all the fun out of adventure riding for me. It wouldn't. It's too big. It's too clunky. It's too porky. Put me on a slim little 250 or a 300 two-stroke if we're doing some serious adventure riding, something, if we're going to stretch our legs. But the big, yeah, it's just, now my neighbor Rob, he'll muscle a KLR 650 through a trials course like it's a toy. And that's great. And I could feel like I could do that too, but I don't want to. I just want to enjoy myself and not have to work because of the bike. I started at 56 and couldn't even turn a computer on. Right on. Fist bump to you, bro. That's badass. Um, yeah. So, and look at what you've built. So you're doing really good. Freaking awesome stickers, 137 videos. Um, bring people value in some form, in some way, and they'll come. And if not, and you have fun, then that's all that matters too. It's whatever your prerogative is, and that's what I love about the YouTubes. No, I did work on one, Angel, for the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources. So the DNR bought it at a military. So in the United States, this is all just in my brain. I've never verified this information, but I think I've been told it. But so when the military goes to sell stuff, they give like the state or government organizations first dibs. So like if the state of Nebraska is looking for a new fire truck or whatever, and the military is done with this fire truck, then maybe they have first dibs to buy it before you or I, the public, can. Eventually, it does trickle to the public, um, I believe, in some capacity. So this KLR 650 Haynes diesel, I believe they called it, uh, was sold to the DNR through the military. It was so cool on the tank. It said it runs on like multi fuels, and um, yeah, I've got a picture of my son sitting on it. I'll share it. I just gotta sift through photos and find it one of these days. And yeah, it was just awful. It stunk like a two-stroke. It started finicky. Anytime you make a diesel small, it doesn't like it. And the 650 KLR was never really designed. It's just, yeah, the whole everything about it wasn't very good, and I think that's why they only made 50 or 250 of them, because um, yeah, it was very cool to work on, a fun experience. I did document some of it in picture form. I might have video, but I doubt it. I wasn't into it then, and I was like anti me on the internet for any, I don't know why, but it was just a phase maybe I went through. But either way, here we are, and we're having fun. I'm going to clean off this shifter some here, and we're going to get this side cover put on. Maybe I'll fire it up before I go in the house just to hear it run, and just to let you all hear it run. I haven't started it since I started it on that video a month ago now, probably. So it's probably definitely time. I'm going to lower this camera here. Sorry, it's not you. You're not dizzy. The camera's just moving. Another thing I find really motivating about watching other people's live streams is not only the conversation, but the motivation. Like when Sick mounted a camera on the back of his sissy bar, didn't really have a whole lot of interest in what he was doing, so to speak. And I don't mean that in any bad way at all. Like, I am never going to probably mount a camera in that fashion, but it was cool to see how the zip ties. But I didn't watch the whole thing. I was working in my shop, and I just peek at the monitor, when they say, "Oh, how do you do this?" I'll look, real quick. But then, if somebody else is doing something, I got to be doing something. I can't just sit there. I'm always on my feet, and so some chat mornings it gets a bit tough to get going in the shop because I want to, bibble babble in the chat. Have a good night, America Uncensored. Thanks a lot. Stopping in, man. Have a great night. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Should we? I was thinking about lubing the chain now so that any excess just kind of drips wherever, but I'm going to put the cover on. Let's blow this out really quick here with air and get the last little bits of debris out of there. We'll cover this up and blow it out a bit. So that way, if we get into any big, deep creek crossings or whitewater rivers that we have to push it through, we'll be good to go, which I won't do. This front sprocket looks like it looks brand new. The teeth, as a matter of fact, some of this whiteness on the chain might actually be, no, I'm fascinated. I'm hallucinating. How when you get a new chain, they spray it with like that white lithium grease, or at least they used to back in the day. The chain would come coated in like this white film. That's almost what this looks like, a little haze of that white lithium, but it's not. It's an illusion. I'm just gonna cover that up like so. Keep our points and stuff, because we'll give it a little. Everything is scattered from today. It was just a storm. I didn't deliver. He came to pick up that Harley, which was nice. I put new rubber on that and fixed the front wheel bearings and got it running really good. I test drove it about 2 miles. And I said, when you get home and you drive it, you're going to want to check everything all the time. Just constantly be checking everything all the time, and you'll be fine. It'll be a great bike until it's not. So hopefully that works out good. Unfortunately, he divulged more of the history on that bike, and apparently he's basically the second owner. The first owner worked at Harley Davidson. I'm walking around my shop aimlessly to find an air chuck. It's right here on the bench. And drag raced it with a wheelie bar. Drag raced an Ironhead Sportster with a wheelie bar. It's got that Excel ignition. It had 30 over pistons in it. And I thought, oh my gosh, you bought a bike that was drag raced. So who knows? I mean, maybe it was set up really good and stuff, and maybe those old iron heads are good for that. I'm going to give y'all a noise warning because I'm going to blow the air here. I'm going to try to cover the mic for you a little bit. I should have covered up the carburetor, but yeah, that's what the piston's for down there, right? Oh boy, I probably made Go Fast mad with that there, but Jeff Ferguson, it's amazing what's good. It really is. I'm sorry, I missed some chats there. Angel, you and Jeff were talking about what's thrown away. It's just unreal the amount of crap that gets thrown away. Unbelievable. Yeah, the threads on those spark plugs. I told him, like, man, if you're going down the road and all of a sudden she gets really loud and starts blowing at your leg. Like, just have that in the back of your head that at any given moment, one of them plugs might just pop out. Carrie, I wish I had a gentleman with your skills and experience as my neighbor. Oh, I wish I had a lady with the demeanor and heart as big as yours as my neighbor. So maybe someday. I say this because I do not like to get my hands dirty, but I would fund a moto mechanic so we could buy up old used bikes, fix them over the winter, and sell them off in the spring. That would be awesome. I would love that. I would actually talk to a few people because of my single dad financial predicament, and my lending abilities are limited. We'll just leave it at that. And so I've been talking with someone local, and we may go down a road similar to that. Starting with like the 5 or 6 or 8 bikes I have over in Rob's shed, because of course my shed's just jam packed with crap that's going to be slowly getting rid of. I'll do a tour one of these days. I'm kind of embarrassed. Oh my gosh, how many people? We got 8 people in here now. Oh my. If it were to drop, I got another find at the dump last weekend that just blew me away. I'll have to share here in a minute. I tried to convince someone I know to do this before. I had 10 grand cash to invest. However, he was having too many issues with his life to do the project with me. Yeah. That's the thing, is the person on board has to be in it. That's kind of like I presented this to Rob. Hey, you've got these bikes laying around everywhere. They're not doing anything. I can't make them worse. He's never going to sell them. Like this bike right here, it will be in my hands, his son's hands, or my son's hands for the rest of its life. That's what happens when Rob gets a bike. Actually, no, I've seen him sell a couple. I have seen him sell, like, we're talking bottom of the barrel. If he was gonna scrap a bike, that's the bike he would sell to people who would need it or want it for whatever use they might want. But nope, nothing's for sale with Rob, which is fun because I know that my investment in time on this bike here isn't gonna just get. And if he does sell it, whatever, it's his prerogative. I got my fun out of it. I'm gonna get to ride it a little bit. I might take it to the Slimy Crud Run this spring here, with all the other slimy cruddy bikes that'll show up. I think it'd be a perfect bike for that. But as far as selling it, it's just not going to happen. So this should kind of just, yep, just a little tap. I think those little collars might have had a little corrosion on them. Go Fast is he still around? I don't know. Go Fast came and was very chatty, and now he's gone, or he got mad watching me. I'm just joking, but it's all good. Now, our gasket is still, we have a little bit of, you can see here, it had some moisture intrusion at some point. I mean, that evidence is right there. You can see the calcium from water, or, yeah, I mean, what else? So, is that from condensation over the years? I mean, if this did, in fact, sit for the last 50 years, this bike was last registered 5 years before I was born. I wasn't alive when the registration ran up, which is just so cool to me. It really, really makes this experience so much more fun, knowing that I'm the first to actually lay hands on it in that amount of time. I find it really cool. And before I put this on, I'm gonna clean up. I'm just gonna take a little Brilla, a little chunk of Brilla here, and just get the dust out of there. This little corrosion particles. Oh, that's probably why I did not. I mean, I did just clip it, but I don't think I broke it. But maybe I did. Either way, I'm not going to do anything about it because once it's up against the side there, it's going to seal. And if not, go fast. Or I'll just, this would be an easy gasket to find and get new. So, but either way, we're going to blow that out and get that on there. Should have cleaned it up a little bit. You can tell the difference, huh? That's all right. That's all right. That one might reach where, nope. That one might be, yep, that'll work. Some are going to be longer than the others. You don't want to use one that's too long. And obviously with Phillips, you're not going to press it into the case and probably break anything, but oh, that's beautiful. This one here has two little shorties and a long one, so where they might have grew legs. You know how that works. Those little shop gremlins. Oh, here's one down here. Nice. And we'll start those three and work them in and then search for the last long screw. Oh, another thing. So this is probably going to gross some people out. Who else do we have in here? We got 5 people. Frog, Angel, and maybe a couple unknowns. But, so, I don't think it's gross because it was new. I had to break the seal to open it. So, I guess if it was used and there was like a bunch of nails, it would be gross. But if you ever need like a little die grinder, like a Dremel, but even I would say almost smaller. Look at that. A nail drill. A USB nail drill. I'm guessing it's for like pretty stuff. Like, you know, like nails and stuff. So, you need a battery pack or some type of a USB. I found this at the dump too. There was a whole bunch of these in the recycling. They work great. I don't know why they take a charge. They last forever. Plug your little there. You've got the coolest little die grinder ever. Variable speed. Look at that. Turn it down. Oops. Look at that. Look at that. So another really cool freebie. It was sitting on the motorcycle stand. That's why I'm talking about it. But a nail drill. And what I found really cool were these little, I used these on something the other day. I don't know what it was, but these little round sanding deals. What a deal. Works amazing. So yeah, I'm just hunting for that last screw here. We'll find it, but a little bit of cleaning up to do on the bench. You have one, Frog? Nice. Hypersonic something. Okay, oh, I'm backed up here. Let me see here. I could probably pass tools, clean up the shop, clean parts. I could pay for special tools to rebuild bikes. I always wanted to learn to use one of those special vibrating cleaning machines. A hypersonic. I think they're ultrasonic, possibly. But I'm kind of super weird and old school about the cleaning. I use a carb dip on like some of the jets, and then everything else I've gone to a soda blaster. So I use a baking soda blaster, and it's the most unreal thing I've ever used in my life for carburation bowls, float bowls, all types of anything. It works so good. It says a sandblaster. I know it says sand, but I use soda. And you can literally hold the part, you probably shouldn't, in your hand, and it, you know, you shouldn't, but it's just unreal. I love it. However, if you do it out in your yard, you're going to kill grass. And so Angel, the ultrasonic, I don't know, in a few videos past, I think it was the video I was doing on this one here where I cleaned up this carburetor. I came up with the Carbotronic and a fun little music video to go with it because I don't know. I think it was like, I don't want to mock the ultrasonic because it's an amazing tool. It works really, really good. I just wanted a twist. I thought Carbotronic would be fun. And so I made this little wooden box. Where the heck is it? And I set it on top of my, oh, here it is, on top of my treadmill that I found at the dump. And the treadmill, and I just sat it in there. But here's the Carbotronic. It's so stupid. I thought it was funny though. I took this box and just made it, and then obviously put the part in dirty, cut the clip, edited it, cleaned the part, put it back on, made it look like this machine actually works. I would love an ultrasonic just to try and have one, but I probably would never spend the money at this point. I do have a big sandblaster as well. Yeah, soda blasters are just wicked cool. They really are. I never heard of them either. Now they've got these laser cleaners, and that would be really cool if you could justify the expense. I think they're 5, 8, 10 grand for a decent one. So lots of ways to clean. Soap and water is my favorite. Pressure washer. I don't even have a parts cleaner just because all I do is carbs and engines. And when I do an engine, the cases are apart. We just really good soap and water. Like I don't, or I send pieces out to get remachined and they come back pretty. So yeah, that's my, oh, anyway, what I was going to show you, since I think it's just a few of us in here. Carrie, can you write this username now? Autumn Car Playing. Her username makes no sense to me, but you need to have a look and see her moto channel. I'll just look it up right now. I will cut and paste. Copy, paste. Autumn Car Playing. A woman who can turn the throttle in the wind can also be a cute girl sitting in the back seat. Whoa. I'm single. Ah, Hong Kong. Dude, an 81 tact restoration, a CB13. No way. See, look at that, Angel. I would have never. Yeah, awesome. Definitely gonna check it out. Open a new tab, and then I'll pause it. Where are we at here? She is clearly a professional. Definitely. I'll watch one of those later. Yeah, that's a beautiful shop too. You can see her. She's got a little bead blaster in the background right there, and yeah, rock on. Oh, 100 Suzuki restoration. Now, okay, so yeah, that's pretty legit looking. Holy crap. No way. Okay, you got me distracted, Angel. Sorry. What time is it? Is it 12:08? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Let's share this one more time here. Cut. Paste. She must have grown rebuilding bikes. Yeah, for sure. I mean, her channel is legit. It's very well put together. Her production is good. Um, yeah, nuts. I'm gonna check that out more here. I'm gonna copy. I closed the window by accident, so I need to open it. Yeah, that would be so cool to meet a a lady that would like to share the same interests that I have. I think I just closed out my stream, which I didn't on OBS, so we're good there. Um, what a joke. This is funny. I'm barely able to. All right, where are we at here? I got to show you guys one more thing here before we go because we were talking about the Soda Blaster. And then this CR2. Tell me, yeah, no doubt, she obviously is. I would love to do that. I'm close. I'm really close. I just I'm close. That's all I gotta say is like I feel like I just a few more good jobs and good customers and I'm there. But right now I still have to dabble with cars and I'm getting so disgusted and sick of fixing cars. I'm so sick of cars. I don't want anything to do with a car ever again. Motorcycles is tough because you need a little more time and money, and a lot of people don't want to spend money on their hobby, so to speak. I mean, I shouldn't say it like that, but the 50 60% of my customers are amazing. Drop the bike off, let me know what it's done. Anything crazy, give me a call. Otherwise, just do it. And then the other 40% are like, I got this off of Craigslist. My buddy had it for 3 years, and then it sat in the neighbor's shed. And then I'm like, you need carb rebuild. Your tires are shot, and you need a new battery. It's going to be $2,000. And they're like, well, the bike's only worth that. Well, then what's it worth to you? What's it worth? Do you want to fix it? Do you want to just pay me for my time I have in it now? Get it out of here. What's going on? And then the bike sits for 6 months, and then I own the bike I don't want to own, or they come and get it and they're mad because I couldn't have just cleaned the carb. Well, cleaning the carb just isn't cleaning the carb. It's not like this carb is awesome. This is cleaning the carb. This is like easy and fun, and if you're really cool and I have fun doing it, your bill is going to be so much less than if it's a Yamaha VMAX and you want the best deal in the world. That's just kind of, it's just, and then the cars people need. They need them to get places, to work, to do their job, to live. And sometimes my schedule, being a full-time single dad, doesn't always allow me to have the most timely schedule. And then parts rarely show up on time or right. Whereas an older motorcycle, I can clean the part, I can, reuse it or get one on eBay, or, there's more options with the bikes. A little more flexibility, I guess. Maybe not options, but a little more flexibility. So that's how I look at that. And I forgot to get that screw. Where are we at here? What is that? What the heck is that? Oh, that's my That's my strap. It's getting late. I'm going to shut it down here in just a second, but not before I talk about my new dump find. Let's see if this will go on here. I wonder if I didn't. No. Thought maybe I used a vice grip on that one screw or had to drill it or did something to narf it up. But I'm sure it's on this table somewhere under some stuff. Oh, 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 we got to take it back off. See that? I got to quit doing lives and talking while I work. So this is a little protector plate inside of there that protects debris and stuff from the sprocket hitting your clutch mechanism. So, not a big deal. A little reminder not to get ahead of yourself too far there, and maybe clean up your work area and not do a live stream and talk about soda blasters while you're trying to fix a motorcycle. Fox, seen her before. Welcome. What's up, Frog? Was here the last two streams. Well, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Welcome. We were just gonna call it good here in a little bit, but now that you're here, we'll stick around, right? I'm gonna check out, let's see here, channel. Cool, cool. Welcome. The carb looks clean. Thank you, Angel. It is. It turned out really good. And I imagine the rest of this bike, other than the chrome and aluminum, which in the frame, it would clean up really good. The paint on the tank is in really good shape. The side covers are decent, but I'm not going to do anything that regards just because I want to keep its patina. So, but I do want to show here. So we were talking about a soda blaster. Holy cow, one of her videos has a 4.2. Jeepers. That's some good money off of just viewership on that number. Holy cow. So we got the soda blaster. We were talking about that, and I usually will just do it outside. I've got this door here that I can lift up, and then it's just outdoors. But it does kill the grass because it throws off the pH level. So, ready for this? This is like the most random find ever at the dump, and I saw it. Okay, I'm not gonna show it yet. I saw it, and I'm like, I could use this. I could use this. This could be used for something because of what I do. So I, I don't know how I found it and why it was there, but I'm the owner of a natal care incubator, which is pretty creepy and cool. And it sat outside for a long time, so it hasn't been used in ages, and it's disgusting looking. But it's got like holes to stick your hand in, and so like you could make a little blast cabinet out of it. But I don't know. It's you'd have to seal up a lot of things. It's got this for the air tubes and stuff. This is just going to blow dust if you put any type of pressure in. So then I thought, well, I'm going to take all of this apart and then I'll just put a workbench on it because it does go up and down with those pedals, which would be really cool to have a powered telescoping workbench with like a file cabinet thingamadingy there. So that's probably one of the most random finds I've ever gotten at the dump. And the other thing about medical stuff is the casters. The casters roll so nice over everything. Anyway, I'm going to get to the chat now and see what that stirred up. Since we have to take the side cover off and put our protector plate back in on a job that literally this should have all taken what I've done tonight no more than 10 minutes in any capacity. And I've been able to milk it for about 2 hours now. Enjoying the show, Fox. Yes, I remember you. Frogzilla's wife has 2 YouTube channels. One is for ooh, really? We talk about spirits and ghosts. Very cool. That is creepy. I'd like to see if you can turn that into some kind of blaster. Me too. Thank you. That's what I was trying to say at Frog. Oh, yeah, I guess the creepiness. It is creepy. You wonder, like, there you wonder. I try not to wonder at all about it. I just it's an incubator. I got it, and we're just gonna move on from that. It's really there's it's a project. It's a project waiting to be. Um, yeah, that's about all I can say on that. But definitely found some other interesting items, but nothing. Not an incubator. There we go. I'm going to switch views and see how that looks. For a minute. Should switch over in just a second because I want to say goodbye to everybody and thank you all for stopping by. Oh, there it goes. Cool. Boy, the delay is crazy. Frog, if you want to link your other channels in the thing in the description, please do so I can check them out. I would love to check that out. That would be awesome. Please do so. The Fox, Angel, everybody else, thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. It's always good to just kind of talk, try to keep it on the bikes a little bit, but I do love to get off topic and show some of the dump finds and other things like that. So we're going to get this thing done tomorrow morning while I'm listening to Motobum. I'm going to be knocking this thing out. Probably not get a lot of video footage on it. I just want to get it done so I can ride it tomorrow. Maybe. I think we're going to get some weather. I know down south, y'all are going to be getting some weather. So I wish everybody safe. And there's going to be some storms coming through over the next few days. And yeah, I just wish everybody safety because it's getting really hot down there. When it gets really hot and stuff happens weather-wise. So keep an eye on that, but keep an eye also on the channel because I'm going to do some stunts. Not stunts. I'm going to ride it like a woods rider. I want to do some skinnies. I'm going to see how hard we can stoppie it. I'm going to see if I can go from a stoppie to a wheelie without putting my feet down. We'll see if it can do some log crossings. We'll try to go over a tree bigger than the front tire. I've got some big jumps in the yard, but I don't know how big I want to go. I probably won't go. These forks are just micro forks. Don't want to abuse it. I just want to ride it and have some fun with it. Take it down the road. We'll do top speed. Go Fast said he set an unofficial record of 110 miles an hour on one of these. So I'll use my son's iPhone and we'll get some data, some 0 to 60. We'll do some hard braking and see what we can get on a skid pad. We will do some donuts for sure. I will definitely do a donut. I promise you I will do some donuts. Not a burnout on pavement. I might do a little burnout on gravel or dirt. Oh, I also want to stand up on the back rack and 1 foot here, 1 foot here, and kind of do like a Titanic type of a balancing act, which will be fun to watch. I will definitely have cameras for that, and I won't go fast enough to hurt myself. So if you're into that type of stuff, don't check it out for that because I'm too old to get hurt. No, I'm I can't afford to get hurt, so I don't put myself in situations where I can get hurt. So nothing extreme, but I do want to do that. It's been a long time since I've stood on the seat and balanced, and that's so much fun. If you haven't done it, you should try it. Start on a bicycle, and I'm going to sit down on the computer for a second, catch up with the chat, and thank you all again so much for joining me. Where do we got here? All right, Frog. Maybe it will become a rolling aquarium. It could, Angel, or like I don't want to get into too off top, but I love snakes. We have a lot of little garter and DKs, little snakes around here, so I love the snakes. But I don't. I'm in Wisconsin, Frog. We're in Wisconsin here. I'm in the south part of the state, the driftless region. So it's the oldest part in the whole northern area, I believe, that no glaciers have ever touched here. And like so many hundreds of thousands of years or whatever, the topography is really cool. The driftless region, beautiful area. Thank you for having me here tonight. I look forward to meeting Carl. Me too. I want him to meet everybody, and I look forward to that as well, Angel. Thank you so much for being here as well. Fox, love to see the vintage bike content. Awesome. I'll keep it coming. We did introduce a little modern over here with that F2 motor, I believe, tonight. So we'll get vintage will be loose, but not too much fuel injection happening. Although I gotta share this with you guys quick here. Let me just spin this one around. Talking about fuel injection. Boy, what a dump. I shouldn't show this off to the world. What a dump of a place. Um, this Toyota RAV4, I've got an LS V8 put in it right now. And it's got a 4L60 trans, and I'm working on the rear end at the moment. So we will be doing some fuel injection tuning and stuff in that regards on the automotive end, but typically just going to try to keep it to the motorcycle content. And that was my original channel starter, was the Toyota RAV4 V8, the world's first RAV8 Rav-A Toyota V8. I should have put the Toyota V8 in it, but now I wanted to piss more people off, so put a Chevy engine in a Toyota and make it really fun and fast. And it's just been a blast of a project. But again, compounded with my son, a business, playing with these bikes, it's like I got to really pick my battles here. And on that note, I will let you all go. Thank you so much again for just stopping by. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I will, Angel. I'm definitely gonna check her out. Probably not anymore tonight. It's 12:30. I've got to get up in 6 hours, and then be bright and early for Motobum and those guys. Really, the highlight of my day. A lot of times, I drop Junior off at school. If I have an errand to run or something, I try to do that. But I always turn my heat on in the shop so it's warm by 8:30, and I can listen to those guys and get cracking and see what's going on. So again, thank you again so much, everyone. Have a good night. Peace out. See y'all soon. I don't know how to end this, so I'm just gonna end it. And when it stops, it stops. Thank you, Angel, Frog, Fox, Jeff. I always say two vintage or two stroke, two go fast. Go fast. Appreciate y'all. Have a good night.